Hello, my name is Dani, and this is another episode of Crafting with CITiZAN. Now, have you ever gone to a favourite beach and wondered why some of it is missing? Have you ever been to a beach right after a big storm has come through and noticed it's changed? What you are seeing is the effects of coastal erosion on our coastlines. Now, today, we are going to build our own beach to find out what's happening. Now this may look like a lot of supplies, but the only ones you really need are the large container, the sand, and the empty drinks container. I've assembled the rest to make a more interesting shoreline. You can use things like potting soil, Play-Doh, rocks, and shells to make up your beach. So we are going to start making our beach today with some rocks. Now these are rocks and stones that have been left behind by retreating glaciers after the last ice age. Now on top of that, we put down a layer of peat. There we go. There we go. Now peat is the remains of old land surfaces. On top of the peat, we put down clay. That's where our Play-Doh comes in. I just pop that down. Now clay is very fine rocks, which on the coast, the surface layer often mixes with water to make mud or silt. And on top of this, well actually into this really, now this is where we're going to put our little bits of archaeology. So we've got a lovely cow tooth and a little bit of pottery going right in like that. And on top of this, we're getting to the exciting bit. Finally, we're going to get to our sand. Now we just pour our sand down. Make sure we are covering everything. Making some nice dunes. There we go. That looks pretty good. Everything's pretty well covered. A little bit right there. And finally, the next thing that we're going to add, of course, is our water. Actually, let's put a little bit of seashells. There we go. That looks a bit more like the sea. Now let's add our water. All right. That doesn't look like quite enough water, so I've just nipped out and gone to get some more. Here we go. That's looking a bit better. Now, what we do is we take our bottle, it's empty, and we just go like this. Now, what you are seeing right here is our beach eroding away. So beach erosion is the loss of beach sand, usually from a combination of wind and water movement, such as waves, which we're making right like this, and currents. So the sand is moved off the beach, you can see, and is transferred into the deeper water, just as it's done right there. So this process makes the beaches appear shorter and lower. You can see severe beach erosion after a strong storm because the wind and waves are so much more powerful. So if I really go for it, you can see how much of our beach is eroding away. In fact, if you look right down here, you can see we're starting to get bits of our clay eroded. And if you look right here, you are starting to see bits of our archaeology emerging. Our lovely, lovely tooth. So that is effectively how beach erosion works.
This is one of the main reasons why the citizen archaeologists and volunteers are constantly monitoring sites, especially in winter after the big storms. Our coastline is changing so rapidly that every time we visit sites, they are different. This is a picture of Cudmore Grove on Mersey Island from 100 years ago, and here's the site again from a few months ago. Imagine what it will look like 100 years from now.
Well, I hope you had fun this week making your very own beach and learning a little bit more about how coastal erosion is shaping our beaches all around the country. As ever, please send in any photos that you have of your fabulous beach designs. They always make me very, very happy to see. Now, there are plenty more activities like this, both on our CITiZAN YouTube page and also on the Young Archaeologists Club website. Now, next week, we are having a week off, but after that, I think it would be pretty cool to carry on with what we're learning now and find out a bit more about coastal sea defences and how they can be used to protect our coastline.